Hey guys, let's continue our learning with fractions. You will need your journal or paper and pencil. Pause the video if you need to go grab it real quick. Let's begin with number talks. Daniel got $400 for his birthday. He spent $256 on a laptop. He earned $30 doing chores. How much money does Daniel have now? Right away, I can tell that this is a two-step word problem. So therefore, you need to write your equation for the first section and then the second section. I'll give you a hint. He spent $256. When you're spending, you're subtracting. He earned $30. When you're earning something, you're getting more of it. That's your hint. Go ahead and pause the video, write your equation, and then solve. Alright, here's our problem. Here's the first part to our problem. Daniel got $400 for his birthday, and he spent $256 on a laptop. So he spent, that's subtraction. I'm going to solve this problem by adding up on a number line. I know I have 256. First thing I'm going to do is try to make this a friendly number. And I'm going to do this by adding 4 to 256. Plus 4 is 260. Alright, I know that I need to add up to 400, so I'm going to try to get this to 300. I have 260, so now I'm going to add 40. Because I know that 60 plus 40 equals 100. So plus 40 equals 300. Now all I have to do is add 100 more. Oops, I went too far. It should be right here. It's plus 100. Now all that's left to do is add my jumps. I have 144. So I'm going to write right here 144. Because I know that 100 plus 40 equals 140 plus 4 more equals 144. Now we know that he earned $30. So 144 plus 30 To solve this problem, I'm going to use decomposing. First, I'm going to add my 10 since I have hundreds here, but I don't have any hundreds right here. So I'll just wait a second before I add my hundreds. So I'm going to add 40 plus 30. Plus 30 equals 70. Now I'm going to add my 100 to the 70. 100 70. Equals 170. Okay. And one last step, 170 let's cross this out, plus 4 equals, we can go ahead and cross out this 0 too because there's nothing to add here. 170 plus 4 equals 174. So this tells me that Daniel has $174 left. If that was your answer, good job. If not, please check your work. Alrighty. Our learning target for today is I can partition circles and rectangles into 2, 3, or 4 equal shares. Describe the shares using the words halves, thirds, half of, a third of, etc. And describe the whole as 2 halves, 3 thirds, and 4 fourths. Recognize that equal shares of identical wholes need not have the same shape. Let's look at the I do. Over here we have a circle, and over here we have a hexagon. What fraction of the shaded part does the circle represent? Over here at my circle, I can see that I have 1, 2, 3 parts, and I have 1 section shaded. The question is asking about the shaded section of my circle. So I know that there's 1 out of 3 parts that are shaded. Therefore, my fraction for this part is 1/3. Next, we have what fraction of the shaded part of the hexagon, what fraction of the shaded part does the hexagon represent? Again, we have 1 shaded part, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 parts. So therefore, I have 1 out of 6 shaded. My fraction is 1/6. 1 line and then 6. Next, what do both shapes have in common? Now right away I can look at both shapes and I can see that they both have 1 section shaded in. In the we do, how is the shaded section in each shape different? Which shaded section is bigger? How do you know? Go ahead and pause this video. Try to figure it out, and then unpause, and let's see if we came up with the same result. Okay. Right away I can look at both of these and see that, I can see that this section of the circle is clearly bigger than this section of the hexagon. So although both of these shapes have 1 section shaded in, 1 section of the section of the circle is bigger than the section of the hexagon. This section of the circle is 1/3, and this section of the hexagon is 1/6. Let's look at it this way. The circle has 1/3 shaded. The hexagon has 1/6 shaded. Sometimes when you see a fraction like this, you assume that because we have a 6 here and a 3 here, that this one is going to be bigger. But that's not the case in fractions. It is quite the opposite. Whenever your numerator are the same, whenever the denominator over here is bigger, that tells you that that piece is smaller. Just picture your family ordering 2 large pizzas, and one pizza comes with only 3 slices. Keep in mind that they're both large pizzas. One has 3 slices and the other one has 6 slices. Which pizza will you get the largest slice from? Well, of course, the one with 3 slices, because you'll have 3 big slices instead of 6 smaller slices. So, therefore, looking back at our picture, we can see that 1/6, the hexagon section right here, is smaller than 1/3. Alright guys, time to go practice some more fractions.